Hello, friends. I love movies. I love movies of all kind, especially classic movies. I love classic movies. I love movies from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s. I love it. I'm obsessed with black and white movies, but and I've seen most of them, most of the good black and white movies, but I have never seen Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is the one movie I haven't seen until yesterday. I decided to just, look for it. I found it and I watched it. The whole movie is more than 3 hours. I think it's almost 4 hours even. So I could not finish it, but I got close to finishing it. But this is one of the greatest movies ever ever made I'm probably the last person to say this, but this is one of the greatest movies that have been ever made in the history of film. And the incredible thing is that back in 1939 this movie was black and I mean this movie was color, not black and white. What am I talking about? This movie was completely color, and it's just beautiful. It is like the colors are just beautiful, beautiful colors. And the story, oh my god, the story is just incredible. There's so many layers to this story. I really love it. You know, I I was giggling like a little schoolgirl the whole time I'm watching this movie. I'm laughing at the little jokes and the way they deliver their lines and the situations, and the actors. I'm a huge Hollywood buff. I love Hollywood. I love actors and actresses, celebrities of Hollywood. So I was very, very impressed by how this movie was put together. And I really loved the story and the characters. The characters, Vivian Lee. I am not really familiar with a lot of her movies, but I think she is one of the greatest. My favorite classic Hollywood actor is Betty Davis. Betty Davis is my favorite black and white actress. She is just an amazing, and Vivian Lee, reminded me of Betty Davis because like she was playing this sort of a not traditional woman. She's not playing this traditional woman. She's very outspoken. She's not, in the movie. Some of the girls say that she plays Vivian Lee plays Scarlett O'Hara, and in the movies the other girls is like, oh, Scarlett O'Hara is a good girl, but it's not the girl that the boys want to marry. You know, so she is like Scarlett O'Hara is basically a rebel. I would say she's a rebel. She fight with everybody. She fights with the women. She fight with the man. But at the same time, she fell in love with a guy that is not really interested in her, and the guy actually has a woman already. He's about to marry another woman, but Scarlett O'Hara wants this guy to be hers. So they go. One of the other thing I love about this movie is This huge parties that they have. They have, in their plantation or in their mansions, they have these huge parties. Everybody comes in with beautiful dresses and jackets, coats, whatever you call it, and they just have a good time. They talk, they converse, have a good time. So Scarlett O'Hara, and she has three sisters or two sisters, and they all go to these parties, maybe to court, maybe to be courted, maybe to find a husband or whatever. But it's just amazing. And that movie is just the way they put on those parties is incredible. The way they filmed it is incredible. Um, and with Scarlett O'Hara, you know, she tries her bestest to get this guy, but this guy is like, I love you, but I already have a woman. I can't marry you. I already have a woman. So one of the greatest part about this movie is that this movie is put on the backdrop of the Civil War. So you have the Yankees and Confederates. I think that's what you call them, or the South. So the South is versus the Yankees, and the Yankees are coming in from the North. Coming in, and the Yankees are coming strong and strong. And in the movie, you hear about the South, the Confederates. They're doing their very best to beat the Yankees, but the Yankees, are very strong. They are a very strong army, and so you see all these guys, all these rich guys. They're like, oh, I'm gonna enlist. I'm gonna enlist. I'm gonna fight for our land. So you have all these guys that Scarlett O'Hara loves. All these guys go to war, and Scarlett O'Hara is left alone. Um, and she tries. It's really amazing. Like, she goes through a lot in this movie. Like the heartbreak, all these things that she went through in this movie. I'm not gonna give away the movie, but she went through a lot of stuff in this movie. Like through the war, she has to defend herself. She has to defend um, the people that she was in charge of. She has to defend her house, her mansion. She had to defend. I think her mansion is called Terra, and she had to defend it from looters and criminals. She went through a lot, like in this movie, and she came out from that event, from that episode, a very strong woman. She one of my favorite favorite movie line from this movie is that, and it's really shot really amazing. I can still remember it. Like the picture starts dark. Like you see a silhouette of Scarlett O'Hara, and it starts basically dark, and then the camera the camera pans in, and her face is put into the light. You see her face becoming more lit, and then she stands up slowly, looking at the clouds, and she said, as God is my witness, I will never be hungry again. As God is my witness, I will never be hungry again. And that that scene is that scene is one of the greatest scene ever. Like it's really, really well done. It's really amazing, and all the secondary characters are just. I'm really happy I watched this movie. Like this is one of the movies you have to watch before you die. And it is such an amazing movie. I don't even think Clark Gable, um, I don't really think he give anything to this movie. He's the main lead role in this movie, or maybe the main male lead in this movie. But I really don't think um, I really don't think Clark Gable uh, gives anything, or provides anything to this movie. Yes, he has to play the strong guy. Once in a while in this movie, once in a while, he comes in, helps Scarlett O'Hara, maybe help her family, maybe help her, But really, I think I think Vivian Lee and Scarlett O'Hara carried the whole movie. So it is such an amazing movie. I'm really happy I finally watched this movie. This movie is historic. Like a lot of other movies afterwards copied the style, copied the way that movie was shot, copied the way that movie was done. And, it's just an amazing movie. It's not a love story. It's a survival story. It's about a move. It's about a woman who goes through a lot of bullshit, and she comes out in the other end a much stronger person. One of my favorite part about this movie is, after she says, "I will never go hungry again," she become a businesswoman. She becomes a businesswoman, and she became rich. So it's really an amazing movie. I think any person who loves Hollywood movies, anybody that loves to watch Hollywood movies, should watch this movie at least once in your life. Take your time to watch the movie. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Like I did not rush it. I took my time to watch the movie. I took breaks. When they have the intermission, I took my break. But this movie is like man, it's just an amazing, delicious piece of film. It's just historic. And also, I want to say that the black actors in this movie, just incredible. Like, and I'm really happy that they shot this movie in color, because you get to see the texture and the tone of the black skin. I really love that. Like the way they shot, the black actors, the way the characters, the black characters in this movie is just amazing. I just love it. I love it. No wonder the first black person in all American history to win the Oscars is the main woman servant, like the Mammy. I think that's her name, Mammy, played by Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel, she won the first black. She won the first Oscar for a black person. So it's such an amazing movie. I think anybody, again, who loves Hollywood movies should watch this movie. I'm really happy I watched this movie. I'm probably gonna watch it again because it's such an amazing movie. I don't know why it took me so long to watch it, but I'm glad I did. Thank you very much.